Oh hey, how are you? Yes, that's pretty much how my speech is not going to be. The thing was, like, when I first went to college, I thought, I could do whatever I want, and naturally doing whatever you wanted means eating whatever you wanted. And I took advantage of it. I have not so fond memories of just stacking, every food from every country, for the far reaches, anything I could get my hands on, onto a single tray, and just stumbling out into Dorchester. And, be glad you weren't there. It was embarrassing. If you were there, then kindly remove the pictures from the internet. But you can remain healthy and really not kill yourself over it. You don't have to starve yourself. You can maintain a very healthy lifestyle without, having to count every single calorie that goes into your body. The Commons has a lot to offer. For instance, I love tacos. I love Mexican food. Fiesta Express. You can get, of course, the conventional beef taco, beef meat, which is not terrible, but they also offer meatless burger crumbles, which, does it sound appetizing? Not really. But it is much lower in calories, and I think you'll thank me for it. I mean, you can do it every once in a while. Not all the time. You can still have your beef, but every once in a while, maybe, switch it up. And again, like, my favorite thing is the roastery also. The roastery with the meatloaf. I love the meatloaf. It's terrible for you. I knew it. I didn't really want to acknowledge it until I had this speech, at which point I looked up all the information, which is all online, by the way. It's salisbury.edu/dining. It's where they put all their nutritional information. And yes, the meatloaf has 1,600 milligrams of sodium. That's more than you need in a day in one piece of food. So if you just happen to do that, the cod, which is much, much better for you, even the rotisserie chicken, still very good and still very healthy for you. So you don't have to sacrifice everything, but you don't have to be pumping that much salt into you at any given time. And I love Chinese food too. And wok and rolls might actually be one of the healthiest options on campus, because they have a lot of vegan and vegetarian options. And they also have Kung Pao chicken, which is very high in protein and very, relatively low in fat from meat. And of course, as you all know, the bistro is a favorite of mine. Very good home-cooked meals, very gourmet, very good. And actually, it's part of, I learned this, the Boncoeur program, which means that basically they produce foods for you that are lower in fat and aren't going to put too much stress on your heart. So maybe it'll be around a little bit longer. And I thought that was really cool. My favorite things from the bistro that I would recommend to you would be, I love the beef pot pie, and it's pretty good for you. It's relatively healthy. I love the baked ziti, and any sort of pastas. They have a lot of pastas, a lot of vegetables as well. And I believe it's salmon dijonnaise. I don't know how to speak French, but I'm going to assume that's, French for awesome, because it's delicious. And, if at any time you need guidance, there's Kate Cerulli. Her office is right down the hall from the Commons. You pass by it every day, probably. You don't even think about it. You can go in, she'll help you with whatever you need. And her information can be found at salisbury.edu/dining/nutrition. And anything she has, she can be reached at mhcerulli@salisbury.edu. And that's about it. See, you really don't need to go crazy just to be healthy. You can live your life. You can live your life to the fullest, and you really don't have to go crazy and not eat anything ever, or only eat bread, or only drink water, or something like that. But I'll be honest with you, talking about all this food has reminded me of how hungry I am. So I think I'm going to go get some food from the Commons. I'll be back. I'll see you guys later.